Okay, good morning, everyone. Virgo here. It is January 9th, 2020. And for those of you that have not seen it yet, rather, the video that I just previously put up, the latest one that I uploaded on Decory Pitt's docket, had so many changes on it that I went ahead and took a look at Sharon's and contacted a couple of people to try and find out what was going on here. There has been some rather strange things that are showing up on her docket. The strangest by far is this entry that was done a couple of days ago on January 6, 2020, which is an entry of appearance. Now, the entry of appearance is generally an attorney that represents one party or the other that's coming in to the actual case. This particular party shows to be Mark T. Chappelle. Now, my understanding here is that the judge appointed a backup counsel as William Davis Jr. to back up Heather Hayes, which happens to be the prosecuting attorney. So far, there hadn't been anything that showed up on Sharon's behalf. But this particular man is a criminal attorney and a criminal defense attorney. It appears as though this is either backup counsel for Sharon that has been requested by the court, or counsel for Sharon that she has hired herself. Interestingly enough, this person has a really colorful background, and I wanted to have everybody take a look at that because it's an interesting part of this whole scenario. There isn't, first let me say, before we go over there to that, there isn't anything else on the actual docket that is showing up, with the exception of, on the 7th, 2 days ago, a new criminal notice form was filed. And the jury trial, now they're asking for it to be done 4/13 of 2020. So it's taken the case from being done in February to now being done in April. And that makes a little bit of sense when you consider that the entry of appearance occurred because of the fact that if there's a new defense attorney, particularly one that was hired or is representing because of the request of the actual defendant, they're going to have to take a look at all the evidence. They're going to have to plot out the case, and the judge has to give them time to do that. So what we're now looking at is in March, there will be a jury that will be selected, and then the trial they've got on here as a date of 4/13/2020. That was ordered by Judge Capelli. Now let's go ahead and take a look over here at Mark T. Chappelle. So I wanted to find out if for certain he actually was a criminal defense attorney, and whether he was private or whether he worked for the government. It actually appears, that he is a private attorney. Now, the weird thing is that in 2012, this man had to stand before the Office of Disciplinary Counsel. And it's for, the reason behind it is that he had the whistle blown on him by a defendant's parents that had hired him as a criminal attorney in order to defend their son, and he was found to be absent and having some form of medical emergency, according to what he claimed on his voicemail. But it appears as though In the meantime, somebody did some investigating because he didn't show up when he was supposed to, and he misappropriated a lot of funds. It looks like to the tune of about $60,000. Um, it, this is just insane to me. It looks like $56,000 was misappropriated and caused substantial delays in making distribution of funds to entitled parties. So this is a kind of a big deal here. Now, he had a 5-year suspension. So that 5-year suspension from 2012, I guess that would make it, what, up to 2018, 2017, depending on what month this all occurred. So he's back in to defending again. But I wanted to make mention of this because this is very odd. It would be very odd for a judge to, I guess, solicit the services of someone who, number one, isn't listed as someone that does that sort of thing, and is in private practice in criminal defense only, is not listed as someone who takes pro bono work of any sort, or that is hired by the county or the state. So this actually appears as though Sharon has broken down and hired an attorney. Now, don't quote me on that for sure, and I wasn't able to get enough details anywhere else in order to make that an absolute, but it doesn't make sense based on the information that I'm able to locate that this would be the person that would be considered kind of the armchair, attorney at this case. Again, don't quote me, that could be incorrect, but it appears as though this is a privately funded attorney, a defense attorney. So, with that being said, if Sharon was actually the one to hire him, or if indeed someone else hired him on behalf of Sharon, they didn't actually check into his history very well, because his history suggests that he has a habit of misappropriating funds, not showing up to court, and so on and so forth. So if you guys want to read about this, I'll put the legal.com Office of Disciplinary Counsel versus Chappelle information so you can read the entire decision and how they came to that, if you should choose to. There's also a couple of other cases that are up for this particular attorney. And, if you want that information, I can put that up for you also. So, just so that you guys know, we are looking at a new player in the Sharon Tracy Gale trial. It looks like it has been separated out again from the DeCorey Pitts trial. She's now got an attorney, whether she asked for it or not, that is a defense attorney, having a questionable history according to this, but nevertheless, still a criminal defense attorney. It is yet to be seen whether or not this was some strange situation where I just can't find anything to suggest that he pops in and out based on a request from the courts. It's very possible that he does, and I just can't find any evidence of that. But this actually appears to be a private attorney that it would be hired by someone else on behalf of Sharon or hired by her. So there we go. Again, I'll be keeping an eye on all of this to give you updates, but keep in mind, once again, although they've taken DeCorey Pitts' case early, it appears as though the docket absolutely suggests that Sharon's has been pushed out until April, which would totally make sense if she hired an attorney to give the attorney time to review everything in the case and come up with a defense. All right, everyone, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.